how do you make sense of, or what do you tell folks out there who've got whatever their pain is, whether it's divorce, loss of a child, job didn't work out, weird family dynamics, whatever it might be. You use music to you're using music. There are probably other reasons, and maybe later that'll develop, but you're using music as a way to deliver and make sense of that pain and hopefully help others. Any advice or thoughts about, as you're going through this journey, on how you help other folks that maybe aren't as musically inclined? Like, how can they begin to make sense of whatever they've gone through?
Music is like my form of prayer. The number of songs I've written that are truly just between me and God, like that I never record, I never write down, but just like sitting on this piano bench, like banging out a tune, and whether it's angry, sad, grateful, like music is my form of prayer. And I mean that in a Christian context, but I think that prayer is just speaking to the universe, right? Like to whatever higher power you may believe in. And I think that number one, like I picked up a daily prayer practice. Like my first thing in the morning is hit start on that coffee pot, take a quick shower, sit down with coffee, open Bible, open journal. And I spend 30 minutes, no music, no podcast. I don't check my phone, like nothing like that. The first thing I do in the morning is I pray. And usually the last thing I do at night is try to write a song. And very often it turns into some form of prayer, right? And I think that would be the number one, is to pray in whatever capacity that takes on for you. And number two is walking. Oh my gosh. I can't tell y'all, like, I'm going to be that 85-year-old woman, Lord willing, that I like, they're like, do you know that lady walks like 2 miles a day? Like, look at that. Like, that's who I want to be, right?
Saw her
like,
up on the hill.
Yeah.
I know where she lives. Yeah.
Yeah. But this old dog and I have logged God knows how many miles. I had heard on a podcast somewhere that the number one way to like improve your memory and attention is to take a walk with a friend and solve a problem. And so again, the walks are 30 to 45 minutes long, depending on how fast old lady's going. And no podcast, no music. I'm either talking to a friend, catching up, whatever, or it's just silent steps. Yeah, I mean, those two things have cured over time a lot of ailments. So
prayer, people, helping things, walking.